Hello, it's Concord Wind. As you can see, I got my razor yesterday, so I was able to trim my. It looks kind of off now that I'm looking at it in the camera, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess people are always self-conscious. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So I'm up super early. I got up at like 5:45, something like that. And the reason why is because like I got up to go pee and like drink some water and hit my vape and um, I went back to bed and I was gonna go to sleep. Um, but I like started getting nauseous and I started throwing up and I threw up a lot and I just kept throwing up and I cut out the coffee. I didn't have any coffee yesterday. I haven't had any this morning. So I looked up when vomiting stops. Um, Once you stop caffeine, with CVS, and apparently it can take up to 56 hours for the vomiting to stop, which it's been like 56 hours from your last dose of caffeine. And it's been like, I don't know. One second. All right, I'm back. I needed to go look through the peephole because I was hearing some weird noises and it's still dark out and there's like weird people that have been around here lately. I used to feel like really safe and comfortable in this neighborhood, but like some new people have moved in or something. I don't know what's going on. I mean, everybody acts like they've known these people forever, and some people get annoyed with them and but it's like this young guy and this old guy. I think it's like a father and son or something. I don't know. But the son, like, is like, I don't know, he's kind of like a glowy or. Because it seems like he tries too hard to be edgy, which is really weird because, like, if he's after me, then that's not a way to become friends with me. Like, if he is a glowy, I don't like edgy stuff. Like, I'm not edgy. I'm a wholesome guy. Anyways, yeah, I'm still hearing noises. I don't know what's going on. I didn't see anything outside, so I don't know. It might be upstairs. I prepared a passage of God's words to read, and then I'll talk a little bit about my experience and understanding. Um, God says, the more God refines people, the more people's hearts are able to love God. The suffering in their hearts is of benefit to their life. It makes them more able to be quiet before God, have a close relationship with God, and better able to see God's immeasurable love and His tremendous salvation. Peter experienced refinement hundreds of times, and Job underwent several trials. If you wish to be made perfect by God, you too must undergo refinement hundreds of times. You must go through this process and rely upon this step. Only then will you be able to satisfy God's intentions and be made perfect by God. Refinement is the best means by which God makes people perfect. It is only through refinement and bitter trials that people's hearts can develop true love for God. Without suffering, people have no true love for God. If they are not tried within, if they are not subjected to true refinement, then their hearts will always be wandering outside. Having been refined to a certain point, you will see your own weakness and difficulties. You will see that you are so lacking and that you are unable to overcome many difficulties you encounter, and you will see that you have rebelled so much. Only during trials are people able to truly know their real states. Trials are more capable of perfecting people. Amen. That is so true. That is so true. And through trials, you're able to see your own corruption. Like God said, you're able to see how you rebelled so much. You're able to see that. You're able to see that you've been going your own way. That's what I saw in myself. I saw that I was, going my own way. I was not following God's way. I was doing things how I wanted, and in a way, there are some things I still do. I mean, I still smoke, obviously. Like, I've got my pipe right here, and I got my vape right here. So, like, I mean, I just, that's an addiction. I would stop. Like, I don't know. God hasn't helped me stop that, so I don't see it as that big of a deal. If God really wanted me to stop, He would help me stop, is the way I look at it. Because I've prayed about it, and it's something that I would love to stop. It's not that I'm doing things my own way. I'm addicted. When I don't have it, I'd go out and find cigarette butts that people have left behind and smoke those, which is really unsanitary. It's really disgusting. But that's how desperate I get if I don't have, my nicotine fix. If I don't have anything to smoke or whatever, like, that's how desperate I get. So it's a really bad addiction. And quitting is actually more dangerous right for me right now, because like I said, if I quit, I go and smoke cigarette butts and I could catch like herpes or COVID or whatever from a cigarette butt, even though I burn the ends with a lighter to try to clean them. But I mean, that might not kill everything, and it's really not good. So, anyways, I've went through the trial of not being able to get what I want, not being able to get what I prayed for. I've gone through the trial of breakups and divorce. I've gone through the trial of psychosis. I've gone through the trial of being rejected by my brothers and sisters, and the trial of being expelled from the church, and the trial of being labeled as a demon, and the trial of poverty. The trial of medication side effects. the trial of CVS and the trial of alcohol immunity. What other trials? I can't think of any right now. Um, but I was gonna say like the trial of wasted youth because my youth was either spent away from God with women that were just short term and were a waste of time, or in delusional psychosis and out of jail. That's how my youth was spent. Now I'm middle aged. But it's not truly wasted because it was all, part of my trials, and it helped me to become the person I am today. And if I needed to experience a lot of, like, wasted youth or whatever, a lot of suffering in my youth, if I needed to experience that to become the person I am today as a middle-aged man, then, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. So, yeah, trials are um, really good. You shouldn't reject trials. You should pray for God to bring more trials upon you because, I've become honest, I've become empathetic and sympathetic and kind, and I seek to be edifying towards others. I'm honest. I think I already said that, but pray to God every day, rely on God every day. I do my duty, make my contribution to mankind. I don't really do bad things, and I just prioritize God's will in my life and in the lives of others. Yeah, I don't know if you hear that train. Probably do. I don't know if we've ever heard a train on a video before, but anyways, I used to be so delusional that I used to think anytime I would hear a train horn, like I was talking back when I was in psychosis, I was talking all the time. I was either putting on a show or preaching, or I was always talking. Whenever I would hear a train, I would think it was not a coincidence that I was hearing the train. The train was like a air horn that they play like in memes where somebody says something, based or whatever, and the air horn goes off, or they say something really clever and witty and the air horn goes off. And I used to think the train horn was going off because of things I was saying, and that's what it felt like anyways. And as if the train like timed when to come through and use their horn specifically with the things I was saying. Like, I mean, it's a very strange delusion, but I don't know. It is weird. It is very egotistical and narcissistic. Now I used to be, that's how I used to be. And now I just see myself as a tiny little creature created by God. I see myself as one of billions, of creatures, humans. And I don't really see myself as special. I mean, maybe a little bit special, but just because like the alcohol immunity is so well, basically I'm the only person on the planet out of 8 billion people that has alcohol immunity, so that's extremely rare. So I feel a little bit special because of that. But other than that, like I don't think of myself as special, and I guess I feel like a little special the fact that my origins, like I reincarnated from a demon, and yet I've been saved by God. Like that's pretty rare and special. But that's a situation. That's not me. You know. So sorry, I'm really tired. My back's hurting. Let's go ahead and end the video here. Because I don't think I have anything else to say. Um, sorry I wasn't really able to go into depth in this video. Um, struggling without the coffee. Did cut the coffee out, so I'm struggling without it, and I'm struggling to find a comfortable way to sit to make these videos because it seems like no matter how I sit, like my lower back is just really hurting. So I don't know what's up with that, but all right, that's it. God bless. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.